Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can tell by today's title of this video, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be one of the most difficult videos I've ever recorded. It's going to be a situation that I've never gone through and it just hurts my soul. But I mean, we have to go through it. We all have to go through it. I mean, hopefully you guys don't go through it through a very young age, because I feel like it's very hard to even think of your life going on without this person. But we'll get through this. So if this can help you out to deal with death in your family or anything, just to keep pushing forward, just keep on watching. You know, I am dealing with my dad's death right now. My dad passed away on September 25th. And if you're really close to me, friends and family, you guys know that this was the only parent that was in my life. So it was really hard on me. And I'm actually feeling like choking up. It was really hard for me just because I took him to the hospital. I would take him to the doctors, to his appointments, just to get treated, because he did have colon cancer. He was actually diagnosed with colon cancer in 2015. He was diagnosed with colon colitis in 2009. Colon colitis can get treatable with medication. It actually can get fixed through surgeries, but if you let time pass by too much, it can cause you cyst. It can cause you to get colon cancer. There's like a lot of complications if you don't catch it on time. My dad caught it on time, but unfortunately my dad was machista, you know, typical Mexican. Like, they don't like to go to the doctors. I'm sorry, Dad, but until they're dying. Like, it's literally like that with Hispanic families. And I mean, only they know how much they can tolerate, you know. But my dad was diagnosed in 2009 with colon colitis. He got treated for it and he was doing very good. He was doing very good, and he was scheduled for his surgery at the beginning of this year, and he got surgery done. They didn't start the process of treatment until this year for them to do surgery, which they did surgery on January. My dad was really fine. Like, he was up and moving, you know, and it's just, it makes you think, like, all this medicine, is it really to help you, or is it really here to make you worse? Like, and then you start thinking, like, of the government. Like, I mean, me and my own thoughts, like, excuse my nails, by the way. My nieces came over, and honestly, I was just, like, whatevers. Not like whatevers, but, like, I was so out of it that, like, my niece was like, oh, can I paint your nails? And I was like, sure, here you go. Like, all my fingers were, like, full of paint. And she used the, what is that thing called? Oh my god, I can't even think. She used that nail polish remover. Excuse me. She used that nail polish remover on this whole hand and didn't have enough for this one. So I've been like this, excuse me, this whole time. But my dad got surgery at the beginning of this year, January, for colon cancer. He got part of his colon removed, and they actually had to create like a type of hernia on his stomach, and he ended up having like a stoma bag. It was something new, something that we didn't want to, like, not deal with, but it's just something that it was very traumatic for him, just because he's like, how am I gonna be shedding through a bag on the side of my stomach, you know, like, pretty much. And we're like, you know what, Dad, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just, we were being very selfish as kids, and I say me and my brother, because we were really like, it doesn't matter what you have to do as long as you stay alive, you know, like, us not taking in, like, if he was hurting or if he just didn't feel comfortable, you know. But my dad went through it, you know. We told him, Dad, you're gonna be fine, you know, it's just, you're gonna be fine. And he did it. That's the thing with my dad, and that's why it hurts me so much that I'm no longer gonna have him here, just because he did everything for me and my brother. and my sister, because it's me, my sister, and my brother. He did everything for his 3 kids like you couldn't imagine. Till this day, I don't think I've ever seen a man do so much and put himself through so much, through hell, just to see his kids happy. Like literally just to live for his kids. It's just, it's really weird to explain, and I'm sure a lot of parents are like, why give everything to my dad? And I'm to my kids, you know, like I'm sure you guys feel this way. You know, maybe your kids will grow up to feel the way that I feel towards my dad, you know, because I feel like that man literally lived his whole life, so me and my brother can just, and my sister can just live a good life, you know. And it's just gonna be really hard to just not have him here anymore. And so he got a surgery done and he has a stoma, so now we have to deal with that. And they did tell us that he was gonna have to get 6 rounds of chemo prior to the surgery, so I took him to his chemo. He was fine, like he was really good fighting it. My dad is a fighter, a strong man, like he really is, he really was. And and after that he got a surgery, and after his surgery they did tell me that I was gonna have to take him to get 6 rounds of chemo, and that should be done and he should be free of it. So I was just like, okay, my dad's gonna be fine, like, you know, my dad's a fighter, we're gonna be able to go out and just be normal again with him, you know. But as time went by and my dad would get chemo, you know, I would tell my dad, hey dad, come over to my house, and he's like, no, I don't feel comfortable being around so many people. So I would go to his house and just hang out with him and talk to him at his house, and I would tell him, you need to go out, and I would ask him if he was depressed, and he would say yeah. He never wanted to find somebody else, like, to, after he separated from my mom, like he just really didn't want anybody, like he just wanted to live on his own, and he was just very disappointed in life, how it went down in that end. And so he's like, no, I'm just gonna do my thing, and you know, I'll be here for you guys. And that's how pretty much he lived these past 6 months that we had him with us. More than 6 months, I think it was 9, yeah, September 9. And after the surgery, he came out very well. His surgeon actually was like, your dad's doing really good, we're gonna give him 6 rounds of chemo just to make things a little, shrink the cancer, and it should be good. So they were monitoring him and checking him, and he was doing really fine. So we admitted my dad for dehydration. We admitted him, my brother admitted him for dehydration, and we would go visit him, and he looked just really tired. So at the end he ended up getting discharged, and once he was discharged and he was at home, my brother called me, because my brother's the one that lived with him. My brother called me, and my brother told me like, hey, you know, my dad's not feeling well, I don't know if I should take him to the hospital, because you have the appointment tomorrow to take him with his surgeon, just to make sure and follow up on his stoma. And I was just like, oh well, ask my dad how he feels, you know, if. And then he's like, okay. So my dad wanted to wait until we saw the physician, because we waited like 3 months for this appointment. And that's what's just so crazy. It's just beyond crazy, because we literally were just waiting for this appointment for either we had another surgery or we don't know. We just were waiting for this. And as soon as we get there, the physician, she automatically looks at my dad and touches his stomach, and my dad is screaming in so much pain. And for me to see my dad in a lot of pain, like, I had to walk out of the room, just because my dad's a really strong man. So in order, like, when I saw that he was in pain, like, I knew he was in just excruciating pain. Like, my dad's not a type of man that he would show us that when he was in pain. He really wasn't. He would complain about like feeling irritated here and there, but like for him to say like, oh my god, it hurts me, like, never ever. Not even for a stomach pain. Like, I don't even remember the last time he ever complained of having a stomach ache or a headache. Like, I really don't. So that day the doctor told us like, oh, your dad has something else. We don't think it has to do with anything with the surgery, because that shouldn't be causing your dad pain. We're gonna have to do CT scans and x-rays and etc. And I explained to her that my dad was just admitted at the hospital and he was discharged, so they wheeled him into the hospital again, because there's a bridge on that clinic towards the hospital. And she told us, your dad needs to be admitted immediately. And I was just like, okay. So she called over, and because she is a physician there, they got everything ready for my dad, and he went in and out. He went out of the clinic and into the hospital in like no time. They found him a room. So my brother went with him. And I called my brother and I told him, I was like, hey, how's my dad? How'd they give you x-rays? Yada yada. You know, and it was just, everything just went really fast, you know. And I'm not gonna go into too much detail. I feel like I've already done a lot. I just feel like this is something that I don't want to keep replaying in my head, because I swear to you guys, like sometimes I'm in the shower and I could replay my dad in my head, like slowly drifting away from me, like, because I was there when he was talking to me, and I was there when he like literally stopped talking. So it's very hard. It's very, very hard. But it's life, and I have to see it as my dad was a very strong man. He did what he could for us, and I'm very grateful for that. And as he was admitted there, he was just, you could just tell like he was just no longer gonna come out. You know, we got 2 scares of him, like his heart just dropping, his heart rate and his blood pressure, and it was just the worst situation I've ever been in my life, you know. And especially, like I'm saying, like that was my only parent that's always been there for me, no matter what, no matter if I was a failure, no matter if I talked bad, no matter what I would do. My dad was always that one person that would be like, it doesn't matter, you're still my daughter, like regardless of anything, you know. So the way that I'm coping with things is just I'm just trying to feel, let my feelings be felt. Because I noticed that in the beginning, as my dad passed away, I shut down very fast. Like, I don't know if I was like in shock that I like came home and I cried on my way here, and I woke up crying. But then after that, like for his funeral and for his burial, I asked for him to give me strength to be able to see him again, and to be able to give him his final peace and just everything. And I swear to you, like I felt so at peace with my dad that it wasn't so difficult for me to see him at the viewing. It wasn't so difficult for me to bury him. The difficult part was after getting back to life, to my old routines. As I'm sitting here, I'm just thinking of everybody and seeing everyone, how they're continuing their lives, and in my head it's just like, why? And it's just because they don't stop just because your dad died, you know. Even though in your head you're like, why are they doing this? Like, I just lost somebody, you know. And it's like, that's the reality. It's life goes on, and at times I find myself very depressed, where like I can't get out of bed. And the way that I've been coping with things and dealing with them, it's being surrounded by so much family and friends that I swear to you, I want to thank each and one of you. If you guys are watching this video, thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. Like, I don't think I could ever repay you guys, and I will do my best to be there and help out with whatever you guys ever need, because I have never felt so much love. Even though my dad passed away, I felt so much love that day that I just didn't have enough time to feel bad, if that makes sense. Like, I just felt everybody loving me so much that I just couldn't be sad. I just really couldn't, because that's how much people were surrounding me with love and care, and just checking up on me, seeing how I was doing, and I appreciate you. So that's the way that I feel like if you're going through something hard like this, Surround yourself by good people, friends that are gonna make you laugh, joke, even in a hard time like this. I like people laughing and making jokes. I don't want them to feel like just because I'm feeling sad that they have to feel sad too. I'm sure it hurts them because they're my friends and they're my family, you know, but it makes me more happy to see them make me laugh because of something stupid that they say or something stupid that they do, than to like us both being depressed, you know what I mean? So yeah, the way that I've been coping with things is just trying to stay busy. The less I'm alone, the better, because that's when I start feeling very depressed. These few days, because my sister did go back home and her kids were the ones that were being very loud here, which I don't mind, but it's just they were keeping me distracted. And now since they're no longer here, I felt it really bad, heavy yesterday, which was Tuesday, and the day before that, which was Monday. I just felt so horrible, like I couldn't even get out of bed. Like I just felt really depressed. You know, just find things that will distract you. Go out and drink, have some tea with your friends, have some coffee with your friends. If you suffer from anxiety, I suggest you do not drink coffee because it just makes you more anxious. Drink some tea in these times, like when you feel anxious, when you feel nervous, when you just feel very impatient. I do suggest for you guys to drink tea and lots of water, because my demise drank coffee and it just haywired my anxiety. I had like really bad anxiety these few days, and it was not a good thing that I drink coffee. So I don't suggest for you to drink any coffee if you guys are feeling very anxious during this time. And just remember that anything you're doing, do it for them. Do it thinking that they're still here and they're still seeing what you're doing, because it just motivates you more to just push forward on whatever idea, whatever thought, whatever creative thing you wanted to do. I'm speaking for myself. It just pushes me that much more. And yeah, surround yourself by a lot of good-hearted people. I had so many people write to me, text me, DM me, and like again, I want to say thank you to everyone. And that's pretty much how I'm coping with my dad's death. It's just I'm trying to stay positive. You know, he was a really good, funny man, and you know, I'll keep his memories in my mind. And every time I wake up, I just ask him and ask God to give me strength to continue my life without my dad, because I'm only 26 and I never pictured myself losing my dad at such a young age. I mean, luckily I wasn't like a baby and stuff, and I still got to know my dad, but still having a life with him at 26, like I have to live like so many more years in order for me to ever see him again, and that to me seems like a lifetime. And at times I just get myself down and I'm just like, oh my god, I hope time passes by. Like I cannot live without my dad. I just really can't. But then I see like my other family that tell me, they're like, we need you as much as you needed your dad. Like we need you to be here. And it's just, it's very hard. It's very hard, but I know that I have good people around me, and they all fill me with love. They're always writing to me every day, seeing how I'm doing. And those are the people that I want to keep for the rest of my life. You know, those are the people that I appreciate 1000, that I would go miles for them. You know, and thank you. And I swear to you, like I don't even know how to say thank you to so many people who were there for me, for my dad, for my family, everything. And it's just unbelievable. So yeah, surround yourself by a lot of friends, by a lot of people that genuinely love and care about you, that are gonna support you. Go out. If you work, you're gonna freaking be busy, so that makes your mind go off. Enroll yourself to a gym, enroll yourself into a makeup class, enroll yourself into a hair class, anything that's going to distract you from thinking that that someone passed away in your family, pretty much. I mean, I know at night it's gonna be hard because you go lay down and you just start thinking like, how am I gonna live without this person? Because at times I think like that too. I just lay down and I'm just like, my thoughts are consuming me, and I feel like that's why I have lost a lot of weight, because I'm just like thinking and thinking and thinking, and I don't stop and like at all. But just remember that that person is taking care of you, that they're not hurting anymore, because my dad was hurting. My dad was really hurting a lot, and just to know that he's in a better place and that he's no longer going to be in pain, it makes me feel very relaxing. There's two types of people. You can either take death and go down, or take death and go up. Use that as your motivation to make that person proud, to show that person that they taught you everything that they needed to teach you, and they did a good thing, and just show them what you're about, because they created you, they helped you, they did something for you to keep pushing and motivating yourself, and just make them proud. Just do whatever you can to make them proud, because just know that they're seeing you, and believe me that they're seeing you. Because now that my dad passed away, like, there's little things in my house where I'm just like, what the hell, how did that get there? And it has to do with my dad. So that's why I'm just like, okay, you're here, like, don't freaking pull my legs and don't scare me, because I ain't about that. Like, I'm gonna scream, you know, like. And I told him that before he passed away. Like, I told him, I hugged him, and I told him, I was like, please don't pull my legs, like, I love you so much, just don't pull my legs, okay? Like, I love you. Yo y mi papá siempre vacilábamos. If I let my mind take over and just be like, oh my god, my dad is gone, like, I would be a total mess right now. But I'm just like, you know what, my dad's in a better place, he's no longer hurting. I just have to have positive thoughts. So that's why I'm telling you guys, there's two types of people. A person that can either go down because someone passed away, or rise up and show that person what they taught you. You know, like, I want to bring out everything that my dad taught me, to be a payasa, to work hard, that no matter what life throws at you, that you're going to succeed, that there's nothing worse in this world than to just live with regret, you know, and just do whatever you want to do, no matter what, who tells you you cannot do it, just do it. It doesn't freaking matter. And my dad lived that until the last breath he took. And I swear to you guys, while he was at the hospital, he would still try to clown, which was him. It was really him, you know, like, he wanted to leave this earth still being himself. Like, just because he was in pain, he just really didn't want to show it. Like, he was just like playing around with his illness, you know. And that's the type of man that he was, and that's the type of man that raised me, and that's what he taught me. And a lot of friends will tell you like, oh my god, I can't believe you're clowning like that, like, in this moment right now, you know. But it's just the strength that my dad has given me that I appreciate so much, because I really don't know how I would be handling things right now if he would have left me without his goofiness, you know, because that's what I pretty much inherited from him, I feel, you know. And there's another person that once you go down, like, they do drugs, they just throw themselves to the freaking liquor, and it's just like, no, don't do that to yourself. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're just going to make that person feel sad, you know. But yeah, if this helps you guys out, you know, if you guys have any questions, you know, because doing this video, have in mind that I'm still not up there. Like, I still feel out of it. Like, I still feel like it's still not real. As much as I try to motivate myself, you know, it's still hard. It's your parent, your dad. It's my dad, you know, and I'm just not gonna see him ever again, and it just hurts me, you know. It does hurt me, but I have to see it. Like I said, he's in a better place. He's no longer hurting. He's gone from this horrible world that it's becoming, you know. But we just have to keep pushing, because we're still here. God obviously still wants us on earth for some reason. So yeah, if you guys have any questions of anything, you know, just let me know on the comments below. And again, thank you guys so much for your support, and hopefully on the next video that I make, it's not under these circumstances, because I don't like to make sad, depressing videos. And I just feel like I needed to get this out there, just because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going through grief and they just don't know how to go on with life, and I'm sure they just feel like their world is over. How are you going to move on? especially if it's the only person that you have in your life that really pushed you to do things, and you're not gonna have a person like that. Just know that you guys have a friend in me, and if you guys want to talk to me or write to me, you know, I'll always be here. Just email me, or, you know, look for me on my other social media. You guys can write to me, and, you know, I can let you guys know how I feel and how I'm dealing with things on the other side on my own. And yeah, I hope this helped you guys out, and if you guys have any questions, again, just leave them below or email me, and I'll see you guys next time on my next video. Peace out.